Let's go into the courtroom and let's begin this message by hearing the prosecution. Let's identify who's there. First of all, Ananias. If you were to study history, you would find that in the first century, there was not a more corrupt man than Ananias, the high priest. He was a wicked man. Then the elders were there. I mentioned to you the Pharisees and the Sadducees. The major difference in these two is the Sadducees only believed the first 5 books of the Bible. If Moses didn't write it, God didn't say it. That's a Sadducee. The Sadducees also denied the existence of angels and did not believe in the resurrection from the dead. That's why they were sad, you see. And then there's the Pharisees. The Pharisees did believe all of the Old Testament. They believed the law and the prophets. They would have had to, in their heart, amen Paul when he said, I believe everything written in the Bible and the law and the prophets. They did believe in the resurrection from the dead. They did believe in angels. So there was a theological difference between the Sadducees and the Pharisees. I would guess that there were more Sadducees there than Pharisees. And then there's Tertullus. And here's the thing you need to know about him. We have no record that he was there to have seen any of these charges that had been brought against him. Basically, they had about a 5-day window while Paul was in jail at Caesarea to find them a professional attorney, a professional orator, someone who could be a wordsmith with words, could articulate well. And by the way, that's normally who speaks up. There's churches that are in trouble all across the country today. You know who the most vocal are? The most well-spoken. And if there may be lots of people that feel differently than those that are speaking up, but they don't feel they can put their words in the proper order to take on the orators of this day. So the majority remain silent while the Tertullus of our day stand and speak their case. He was a lawyer. He was well versed also in Roman law. They wanted to give a good case, not just for the Jewish cause, because when there was real offense to the Jewish law, the Jews were under mandate to handle people themselves. But they wanted someone that could find this guy guilty of some of the penalties of breaking Roman law. And then there's Felix. He's the governor of the region. By the way, let me tell you where he came from. He was a former slave. He was a person that had spent time behind the bars. You may say, how in the world did he come to this place? He had a very influential brother by the name of Paulus. One historian dismissed the comments of Felix and said, he exercised the power of a king, but with the mind of a slave. So you need to know a little something about this crowd that Paul's before. Now, how does he begin, this attorney? And listen what he says. I got to read it again. In verse number 2, it says, seeing that through you, in other words, he's talking about Felix, we enjoy great peace. There's a Greek word for that. Garbage. There was no peace. And it says in prosperity. If there's peace and prosperity, why did they take 500 soldiers to bring one man from Jerusalem to Caesarea?